lang tayo. Okay guys, eto na. So, Sara Duterte is out of the cabinet. Bumaba pa yung numbers niya. I think Ronald in a different program together, he mentioned na he doubts that Sara numbers will go up. Baka nga bumaba pa lalo. We already know that she's no longer the front runner to be the next president. Rafi Tulfo has been beating her for more than 2 quarters already. Um, are the Tulfos, particularly Rafi, the biggest winner of what's happening right now, considering Rafi has said practically nothing about the whole Uniteam drama in the past year or so? Is he playing his card very successfully? First, I'll ask Mark. Mark, do you think eto na talaga? This is the moment for Rafi Tulfo to consolidate his position as a kind of a alternative to the Dutertes just when the Dutertes are potentially at their weakest point?
Yes, oo. Parang behind the scenes, hindi nakikialam masyado doon sa mga malalaking issue. Pero kung titingnan mo sa ground, bawat region, bawat area, meron ng mga kaalyado nila o pamilya nila or so unti-unti umaano na eh. Tapos syempre nga doon mo makikita yung Tulfo magic na kahit yung dalawa niyang kapatid pasok dun sa mga surveys na lumalabas na pagka-senador. I was driving by sa Commonwealth nung isang araw. Ang laki ng billboard. Bitag, Pen, Tulfo. Dalawang billboard na daanan ko. Ang laki. Naku, mukhang hindi na maiiwasan. Mukhang hindi na maiiwasan na.
In your
Oo eh. Yun nga, baka nga mangyari nga yung isa sa Marcos side, baka yung isa doon sa kabilang side. Pero syempre alam natin kapag come 2028, kapag si Rafi na yung tumakbo, magvo-vote in yan syempre. Magvo-vote in yan lahat. Lahat ng mga tinanim nila sa ano magvo-vote in lahat yan. To have one big push for Rafi Tulfo habang kainitan niya. So, yun eh, syempre lahat may ano eh, lahat merong time lang na mainit eh. So baka 2028 na yung ano eh. 2034 is too far. And yung age ni Idol Rafi, I'm not sure come 2034 kung kakayanin niya yung ganun kahirap na campaign nationally. So it might be now or never. 2028, yun na yung pinakapanahon for the Tulfos to be the next main political clan sa Pilipinas.
Yeah, they seem to be really on the run. Ron, I want to ask you about this, not to mention, of course, Dikit Dinjan, who makes sense to be his running mate. So far, Riza Ontiveros' name keeps on popping up. Since last year ko pa narinig yan. At first, I was a bit skeptical, but now it looks like it makes sense on many levels. But before going to the running mate question, if you're Rafi Tulfo right now, what is your biggest worry? Isn't your biggest worry that baka ikaw nang tatargetin ng iba ngayon, including those in the administration who want to be Marcos' favorite coming 2028? Not to mention, two of his brothers could become also senator, and one of them could be the next top notcher of Senate, who may also harbor his own ambition for 2028. Is Rafi having an embarrassment of riches here, or is Rafi just riding could cruise it all the way to 2028 in a very, very strong position?
Well, una ay sinisimula na siyang i-demolish. Sinisimula na siyang atakihin. At siguro namomonitor din niya ni Mark sa social media. Nag-i-scale up yung mga atake sa kanya, pati yung mga damit, no? Pati yung mga sapatos, pati yung kanyang anak, no? Ay binabanata na. At malinaw naman kung saan ang gagaling yung mga atake na yan, no? Ikalawa, si Rafi
Saan ba,
mismo...
sir? Sorry. Hindi malinaw eh. Saan ba? Sorry.
Ano?
Saan ba galing yung mga atake? Tingin nyo?
Well, basically, natetrete naman sa kanya yung Duterte lang. No? Yun lang natetreten sa kanya. No?
Yes,
Sa
yes.
ngayon, yung mga Marcoses, ang tingin sa kanya is an ally. Especially yung kanyang mga kapatid. So, medyo at this point, hindi ito nang gagaling. At this point. No? Pero nung nakaraang survey, ay nagsalita rin siya. Twice, narinig ko yung interview niya. Baka pwede, wag niyo muna ako isama sa mga survey. No? Ganun yung kanyang statement. Dahil tingin ko hindi lang drama yon. Dahil if you pick too early, 4 years before, medyo ang hirap i-sustain. Ang isa lang ang nakagawa niya si ERAP. No? Si ERAP lang ang nakagawa niya. Kaya maraming mga tao lalapit na sa'yo, hihingi na, maraming mga tao babanatan ka na, at gagastos ka na malaki to sustain yourself at the top. Kaya tingin ko yung kanyang pagsabi na huwag niyo na muna ako isama, ay tingin ko medyo sincero yon. So, dahil mahirap maging on the top ka 4 years before the presidential election. No? Kaya napaka-compelling nung kanyang brand. Baka nga mas compelling pa yan kaysa doon sa Duterte brand. Dahil nung tumakbo si Duterte a year before the election, hindi naman siya mataas kagad eh. Diba? Mas mataas si Binay eh. Mas mataas si Grace Poe eh. Mas mataas pa nga si Mar kesa kay Digong eh. Nung simula eh. Nilampasan ni Digong si Binay January of 2016. Ibig sabihin, hindi katulad ngayon na 4 years pa lang mataas na si Tulfo. Inuulit ko, ang meron lang ganyan na narrative ay si Erap. From the start, mataas siya hanggang sa dulo, mataas. Tulfo can also do, for lack of a better term, an Erap. An Erap. Ang tingin ko magiging weakness ng mga Tulfo, kung ako yung mga kalaban nila, ay hahatiin ko sila. Kaya the Tulfos have to start acting, walking, talking, looking like a political party. A Tulfo party. If they want to sustain yung kanilang edge. Kung hindi nila masusustain yung kanilang edge, kung yung kanilang mga kalaban ay papalabasin na yung, anong sabi ni Mark kanina, yung isang Tulfo na sa kabila, yung isang Tulfo nandun sa kabila, ang tatamaan niyan si Rafi. Ibig sabihin, papalabasin ng kanilang mga kalaban ni hindi mo nga ma-unite yung mga kapatid mo. So yun yung sinasabi ko lang how their enemies will do it. Kaya mahalaga at this point, united sila. Kung meron silang plano sa 2028. Dahil ang tingin ko, ang gagawin ng mga Marcoses ay to co-opt them eh. To co-opt them not only for the midterms, but to co-opt them for 2028. Lalo na kung walang pantapat ang mga Marcoses kay Sara. Lalo na kung walang pantapat ang mga Marcoses with the same degree ng approval rating katulad ni Sara. Yun yung magiging tingin ko strategy ng mga Marcoses. Kung hindi matutuloy ang Chacha.
Yeah, that will be their insurance policy.
Plan B.
Well, it's not probably, it's actually the plan A, right? I mean, Romualdez, I don't know. I mean, going back to this, Ronald and Mark, I mean, who makes sense most as his running mate? So, lumalabas yung pangalan ni Riza. In a sense, you can imagine Riza essentially toxifying the whole toxic masculinity attached to Tulfo, right? And having someone like Riza gives that kind of soft touch, if not feminist strong touch dun sa joint ticket. Because I think Rafi Tulfo already has a very strong appeal to both conservative and centrist voters. If he can
usually Rafi kasi usually Richard, halimbawa kung si Riza ang tatakbo for president, kailangan niya lang vice na wala sa kanya yung katangian, 'di ba? Kukuha siya ng value added. Kung si Tulfo naman ang tatakbo for president, kailangan niya ng vice na wala sa kanyang katangian. Ibig sabihin, kailangan nila maghanap na hindi katulad nila. Paano kung katulad nila, hindi value added 'yon, no? Kaya halimbawa, kung si Riza ang tatakbo for president, kailangan niya ng somebody like Tulfo, like Isko, like Pacquiao. Yung hindi niya katulad, no? Maliban pa sa gender. Ikalawa, kung si Tulfo naman ang tatakbo, kailangan niya ng something na hindi niya katulad. Like Riza, like Isko, like Pacquiao. No? Kumaga ganun yung combination na kailangan nila going into 2028. Kung sakaling aabot sila ron, yun yung pipiliin nila. No? Kaya yung sinasabi mo na potential, Tulfo Riza, that's a distinct potential. Tulfo Pacquiao, that's also another potential. Riza Pacquiao, Riza from Luzon, Pacquiao from Mindanao, no? Tulfo from Luzon and Visayas, Pacquiao from Mindanao. So may mga ganong klaseng mga calculation na gagawin itong mga ito kung talagang gusto nila tumakbo sa 2028.
Well, based on the surveys we see, Grace Poe is around 40%, which makes her very, very in a very, very strong position. And consider na ito na yung last term na senator, she can focus in the last 3 years on really building up her profile for the higher office. If you're Rafi, would Grace Poe also make a sense considering she's doing also very well in the surveys? And more important than that, how can Rafi protect the lead? Should he avoid also debates like what Marcos and Sara did before? Should he avoid any scenario that could put him in a difficult spot? Should he play safe, or playing safe will actually work against his brand? Or maybe not? How do you see him protecting the lead now that para hindi siya mag-pick, di ba? He's leading now, but magpipick ka lang kung you show weaknesses. Oo.
Yung sa akin, muna, sir.
Ronald, pwede Mark na. Yeah. Can we have Mark and Ronald? Yes.
Yung sa akin kasi ang mas mabigat na tanong for Senator Raffy is, will I go with this admin or will I go or iba? Mas yun eh. Kasi yung Raffy, Risa, Raffy po, walang ano yung admin eh. Kasi kung magkakaroon ng coalition between Raffy and the admin, siya yung presidente, hihingin ng admin maski yung vice. So yun ang tinitingnan ko kung ano bang mas better path for Raffy moving forward sa 2028. Kung kakampi niya itong admin and all the resources na meron yung gobyerno ngayon, and of course yung baggage din, nandun din yung baggage nila, or will he try to go on his own? Na ang problema, makakalaban mo naman yung admin. Ikaw naman ang titirahin ng mga kakampi mo ngayon. And tama si Sir Ronald na lahat naman ng atake ngayon kay Raffy, I feel, is coming from the DDS side. Dahil sila yung tinatamaan with Sara. Okay? And yung admin ngayon and with Raffy is medyo maganda medyo maayos yung kanilang civil, yung kanilang
why would the admin attack Tulfo if he's the alternative to avoid the Duterte's coming back? I mean, Ronald was correct to say na eventually the Marcoses, that's their best insurance policy, to support a winner who's not named Duterte, right?
Yun. Hindi, yun nga, if he decides to go against. Kasi syempre, yun nga, iniisip ko, if he would coalesce with the admin would at least ask for a vice president na sa kanila. So yun ang
Marcos legacy, which could be hard by 2028 because marami na.
Sa bagay, si Senator Grace po,
good point.
Kadugo, hindi ba? Hindi, joke lang. Hindi ko alam.
Pag-usapan si Harry, okay? Relax ka lang. Yan ang mga supra comment mo, supra.
Tapos, wag din natin kalimutan na we're in the middle of a superpower game. No? Ibig sabihin, kung kasama dito sa superpower game na ito at yung mga China nakalinya sa mga Duterte at yung mga Amerikano nakalinya kay BBM, no, that will factor in sa negotiation with the Tulfo ng administration. No, ang i-negotiate nila ay yung Amerikano rin. No, yun ang kanilang ilalagay sa table. Dahil tingin ko at this point hindi naman i-abandon ng Amerika si Bongbong eh. Hindi naman niya i-abandon yung Marcos government kahit merong kandidato na mas mataas ang approval rating kaysa sa presidente. Kaya it is in the interest of the Americans na mag-forge ng alliance between a winnable candidate and the incumbent. No? Tingin ko gagawin lahat ng Amerikano para mabuo yung ganong klaseng slate. No? Hindi nila bibitawan si BBM, pero at the same time, kailangan nilang dagdagan ng someone winnable.
Okay, what will be the supra strategy for Raffy? Kasi kung ikaw si Raffy, pwede mong gawin yung ginagawa ni Marcos sa US, which is you need me. So, I'm the tail that wags the dog, right? Maybe Raffy can also do the same. Kayong lahat, kailangan niyo ako. Ako, winner na ako. So actually, I can criticize the administration. Maybe I don't need a VP from the administration side. He will have the leverage, right? If Raffy continues on his current streak, he will have the leverage on what he should do next. Kasi mas kailangan siya ng mga kabila kaysa siya mismo because he's the presumed winner. Hindi kaya?
Pero wag mo rin i-antagonize dahil alam naman natin, no? Napaka-strong ng president sa ating system. At hindi lang yon, inuulit ko, napaka-strong ng president sa ating system, lalo na kung siya ay suportado ng isang superpower. No? So, hindi mo rin ipoprovoke masyado, di ba? Na, hindi ko kayo kailangan. Pwede ko solohin ito. Baka ilagay ka sa lugar mo. No? Baka ilagay ka sa lugar mo. Tingin ko, merong ganong klaseng political sense naman si Raffy Tulfo para hindi gawin yon. No? Para hindi gawin yon. Tingin ko, sincero naman siya to say na hindi pa final yung plano for 2028. Dahil nakakatakot din eh. No, hindi ganoon, nakakatakot din maging presidente ng isang bansang katulad ng Pilipinas. No.
Yeah.
Kaya
not the best job, yeah.
Lalo na nasa gitna tayo ng isang superpower game. Baka isipin din ng iba, oh, this is beyond me. Baka pwedeng iba naman, no? I will remain a senator or I will remain a congressman, pero baka pwedeng iba naman yung bumuhat ng bigat ng buong bansa. At iba naman yung bumuhat ng threat dito sa ating West Philippine Sea. Hindi ko tatanggalin 'yon sa mga tulpo at this point.
Ang galing mo talaga, Ronald. Ito yung transition natin sa penultimate episode natin sa West Philippine Sea. But isingit ko na lang itong last kasi baka sabihin nila Tulfo fanatics tayo. Do you see a potential situation whereby magsisplit ang opposition, meaning progressive liberal opposition? Because, Tulfos are Tulfos. I think we don't have to talk about, what are the potential concerns about Tulfos being the dominant force in the future. Is there a possibility na magsisplit? Some would call for Lenny to run for presidency rather, or they don't want Riza to slide down to VP or to team up with someone like could you see also that kind of another split front happening?
Well, ang tingin ko malinaw naman sa opposition, ang itutulak nilang kandidato ay si Riza or si Lenny. No? Malinaw 'yon, no? Ang problema lang nila ay ng tunay na opposition ay within the next 4 years kakayanin ba na tapatan si Sara. Some of them might calculate na baka kinakailangan ng lesser evil. No? Baka ganun yung maging problema. Definitely, ang itutulak ng opposition is somebody like Riza, Laila, or Lenny. No? Pero kung hindi yan magi-scale up, they might choose a lesser evil para mapigilan lamang ang isang pro-China, no, Duterte candidate. Yun yung posibleng calculation na harapin ng opposition in the future. Sana hindi. No? Sana hindi.
Mark, you wanted to add something? Mukhang papalit si Ronald. Okay, papalit si Mark. Balikan natin yan. That's a very good segue dun sa penultimate episode natin. Sir Ronald, I want you to enjoy your New York life also. Baka gusto mo mag-postmodern museums dyan. So, bago natin ubusin ang oras mo.
Matutulog muna ako.
Final episode na West Philippine Sea. Essentially, ulitin natin yung away natin kanina with Patrick. Salamat, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, Mark, sorry. Nawala ka pala. Tuloy natin to. Thank you.